Hey y'all, it's Ashley Janae, Feminine Love and Relationship Coach, and I wanted to film a short video. It's not going to be super long because my phone actually needs to charge and my charger's downstairs. So I'm just going to say what I have to say and try to keep it brief. So, what I wanted to talk about is um, contempt and pride in especially successful women. So, women who are successful in their career, they have degrees, they own homes, they feel a sense of pride that they have been raising their child by themselves with little to no help, things like that. Or even if you kind of have a rags to riches story and you've overcome, um, I think in general, a lot of women, and this has kind of been perpetuated by society, and before it was out in the open, there was also this underlying tone of feeling like men are dumb and not quite having the amount of respect for the masculine that we should. I think we look at men as though they need to earn our respect. They need to have certain qualities, they need to be doing certain things in order for us to respect them as masculine energy. But on the flip side, as a woman, no matter how feminine you're acting or even how you look, you do expect a man to open doors for you. If he sees you on the side of the road and you're struggling to change a tire, for him to pull over to make sure that you're safe. We do expect a general amount of consideration from men simply because we're women. But a lot of women don't want to provide that same consideration and respect that men need, crave, and require as the masculine to men. They pick and choose the men that they believe are worthy of it, and they also tend to have a bit of contempt, or they communicate that they believe they are smarter or better or higher value than that man. And why that ends up becoming problematic is, like I mentioned, men really need and crave respect. So if you're not providing respect to the man in your life because he did something in a way that you don't think was that smart or you would have done it differently, it's really easy for us to slip into mothering energy, into authoritative, into being critical, complaining, just talking down to the man because we feel like, we make more money or we have more accomplishments or we're smarter or, whatever we feel like we are more than them at. And that is, by definition, the opposite of feminine energy. Feminine energy is not trying to be the boss. It's not trying to run things. It's not trying to be, the loudest and most noticed in the room. There is a calm confidence in feminine energy where you don't need to communicate those kinds of things. And definitely, if you choose a man who makes less than you or who doesn't have as many degrees as you, that's not something to hold over his head or to depreciate him for. A lot of women also are looking for men who they feel like are on their same level as far as career, the type of money they earn, education and background, and things like that. But the flip side to this is those men are not necessarily looking for women who are as smart, degreed, and successful in career as they are. They tend to be looking for women who are very feminine, who know how to be a complement to their masculine energy, a woman who they can provide for, who's going to be grateful, a woman who's going to inspire him to continue to be his best, a woman who's loyal, a woman who's committed, who he can trust in his inner circle to be part of his team. And, a lot of times that belief that, you are up here, you are high status, and that most men are not, and that you're basically too good for them, that is going to be communicated in the way that you act, in the energy that you carry, in the way that you speak to a man or to any men, any men that you encounter. We should walk around with a healthy respect for men because they're men. because they do things that we can't do, because they are smart in things that we may not be smart in. Because the fact that they bring a separate energy than we do that this world needs and requires. And I think feminism kind of taught us to compare, well, a man can do this, well, so can I. But again, just like there are things women can do that men can't do and will never be able to do, vice versa. So if you have a belief that you can outperform a man, you're just as good as a man, you don't need a man because you can do everything that he does, you're going to communicate contempt toward men and lack appreciation for men and the unique qualities they bring to the table. And men want to feel needed. They want to feel appreciated by you. They want to feel like they're making you happy. They want to feel valued in your life. And if you can't communicate that, if you don't hold that belief inside of you, it's going to come out. And a man's going to be more inclined to go where he feels honored and appreciated and respected. And if that's not in your presence, then so be it. So, and this is something I have to tell myself because, again, I don't teach this and talk about this without having lived it. So I'm someone who has a lot of accomplishments and things like that. And I've had to be careful to not have this snooty, type of attitude toward men, or to have super duper high standards for the type of man I think I should get, just based on my resume, just based on my accomplishments. Because while those are great, there are other qualities that men are looking for that aren't those things that we are boasting about or that we think make us such a great catch. A man who is earning what you're earning is not looking for a woman who earns what he earns. He's looking for a woman who brings something different to the table because he's already got that handled. Now, if you check all the boxes in terms of what he's looking for, and then you have those other qualities, now that's icing on the cake. Then that makes you even more of a unicorn. But men are really looking for that feminine presence, that unique essence that only women carry, and women who are tapped into their feminine energy. They're the only ones that carry that. There are a lot of women who are not in their feminine energy. So though they may look feminine on the outside, their essence is not feminine. So I just want to caution and encourage all ladies that may be watching this to watch your attitude and your thoughts when it comes to men. If you find yourself thinking negative thoughts about them, thinking that they're dumb, can't be trusted, stupid, not as smart as you, not as capable as you, that you can do what they do and do it better, watch that, because you do want a man in your life. And you don't want to have a desire for this mythical creature, this man that doesn't exist. You need to deal in reality. And the reality is you will get with a man that's imperfect. You may get a man who makes what you make, but he'll have other flaws. He'll have other things that you have to make concessions for. So just be prepared for that, and also consider that he has to make concessions for you. That you may not be 100% what he was wanting, but you definitely don't want to hear about that. You don't want to be degraded or berated constantly by him comparing you to himself, by him letting you know that, oh, he's got a better career than you, or he's making more money than you, or he has a nicer car than you. You wouldn't want to feel that as a woman. So we definitely shouldn't do that with men. It's fine to have your standards, but just understand the men that you're looking for, you need to know what they're looking for in a partner. And if you're not finding that the men you're attracted to are attracted to you, and that's easy to tell, are they the ones approaching you? Are they the ones asking you out? If that's not the case, then you need to look at, do I embody what those men want? Because obviously the things that I thought would attract a man like that, it's not working. They're not coming my way simply because, I think I check all the boxes in these categories. And you need to research that, and you need to consider, are you willing to do the work to become what they are wanting? Or do you want to look at who you naturally attract, the type of men who are drawn to you just being how you are currently, and kind of go from there? That should be an easy way for you to gauge the areas that you need to do work in. Not all the areas, but just initially. in terms of attracting men that you are attracted to, or just reconsider, who you're after. Because again, you may be wanting someone who wants something in a woman that isn't quite what you bargained for, that isn't who you want to be, that isn't, if you are a size 12 and in the type of men you're looking for, like women who are a size 2 or a size 4, and you're not trying to get down to that size, well, that's something to get real with yourself about, because you're setting yourself up for failure, and all that's going to do is keep you alone and unhappy. So that's it. I'm going to end for now. If you have any questions, please send me a DM. I'm happy to answer and dialogue with you and share more about this. Make sure you follow me on social media. I'm at XO Ashley Janae. That's spelled Jenae. And I look forward to talking with you all and sharing more tips and advice for how to attract the love you desire as a successful single woman using your feminine energy. Bye for now.